Hey guys, it's Ari from Let's Get Personal by Ari Squared. I'm gonna do a canvas actually, which is a different surface than I've ever used. I've never done this before, so we'll see how it goes. And I'm gonna slip away from the Valentine theme a little bit, but not totally. I may throw some hearts on this so that we can call it Valentine's. We'll see. So I'm just gonna refresh my page, so bear with me a minute. And I know the sun is really in my face, but it should be going away real shortly. I'm telling you, technology is so not my friend. So not my friend. Okay, oh, here, excellent. Okay, so we have, and I'm thinking it might be retired. I don't really know. Somehow I think it is. It's called Feathered Friends Collection. And this piece of that, so when we have a collection, we have different transfers that go, you know, coordinate with one another. I'm gonna try to move this so that I'm a little, oh, I went the wrong way. Of course I did. There. That coordinate together with one another. So this one's called the Feather Friends Collection, and the actual one that I'm going to use is called Rustic Birdhouse. So this is it. It's a two-piece stencil. And actually I'm hoping, this is kind of a little saggy. I'm hoping that this is going to turn out okay, actually. Well, I don't know, but we're going to see. Okay, so I did a little prep. I should probably tell you what I did first. So this canvas was already stretched, and I wanted to prep it because I wanted the background to be kind of the same color as the birdhouse. Okay, so what I did was I used all chalk paint, and I thought about doing it live, but because I used so many layers, it would have taken too long. So all I did was kind of wet the canvas a little, wet a paintbrush a little. I used a chip brush. I don't know if you all know what that is. So this is a chip brush, and you can get them anywhere for like nothing. You know, I think the dollar store sells them in a pack of, I don't know how many for $1. They're just cheap little brushes. I don't personally use the dollar store ones because they shed. You'll find bristles in your work, and I don't like that. So I forget where I got these. I probably got these at Amazon. I think I bought a box of like 100 for whatever, not a lot of money. So so I used this, and I put the first layer on, which was a darker blue. It was Colonial Blue. Lakeshore, it was Lakeshore. So I put that on, and I waited for it to dry, and then I put a coat of Ocean Mist on, and I let that dry. And then I mixed some black and brown, and I put a dry coat. Now I'm doing all this dry. I put a coat of that on dry. And when I say a coat, I don't mean a solid coat. I kind of just, you know, loosely painted. And then the last coat that I did was again Ocean Mist, only this time I really wet the paste down, and I used my brush, so that the brush was pretty wet with, you know, paint, chalk when I did the last coat, and I really smeared everything together. So this is what I came up with. All right, it's kind of got a bunch of different colors in it. All right. But then because I had all that paint on it, I don't know ever if a transfer is going to lift paint off a surface. So anytime I do that to a surface, I wax it. So I took our surface wax, which is in my opinion far superior than, you know, wax you would get in like Home Depot. And all you do is, I'll show you what it is. It's almost empty, but if you look in the corners, you can see it's like a white, I don't know, it's really almost like coconut oil, only it doesn't turn into an oil, but it's kind of that kind of consistency. And then, you know, you take a clean lint-free rag, and in a circular motion, you cover the whole thing, and then you wait like 10-15 minutes for it to dry. It's not really wet, but you know, let it kind of cure a little bit. And then you take a lint-free rag and you buff it off so that you end up with, I don't know if you can see, and I don't know how to help you to see, a sheen on the surface. Like, I can't really tell because the sun's so brutal right now. But anyway, you end up with like a sheen on the surface so that it's not a matte surface anymore. It's kind of shiny. Okay, that's waxed. All right, now we're ready to go. Okay, so the first thing is to put down the base, the base color. I had to think about that. Oh, and look, there's registration marks. I might actually use them today, if I think of it. And I'm gonna put this over to the side just a little bit because I have a little sign I'm gonna put here, and I also have some greens I'm gonna put here. Or in theory, anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. And hopefully this doesn't bleed, and it very well may, because it's a large screen surface and it's an older transfer. So I really can't tell you, you know, how much it's gonna adhere. Okay, so this is what I do. When I have a transfer that has a large screen surface and maybe, you know, used a lot, like this is, I try not to go back and forth because I don't know if you can see this, and I don't know how to help you see it. Can you see like little bubbles here? Like that's areas where there's air in between the transfer and the surface, and that's gonna lead to a bleed, right? No matter what. But I can't get rid of it because it's such a big screened area. I can't. So when I go back and forth, you're letting that air up. So what I try to do is use the paste as like an adhesive a little bit at the top, and I try to just make one stroke down and hope for the best. But because I waxed this surface, I probably can do some cleanup afterwards. Probably. All right, so with that said, I am going to, you know what? I hope that I did my board dark enough for this to actually show up. I think it will. Okay. So I'm just going to mix my my chalk paste to make sure it's the right consistency. You don't want it too wet because then you can get bleeds, and you certainly don't want it dry because then you get areas missing. So neither one is good. And it should be kind of like yogurt, but again, I don't know what's with the paste lately. Okay, I do know. Chalk Couture is revamping their paste formula. I don't know what to call it. Their paste as we speak. They will be unveiling it soon. But they are aware that there have been, oh look, I got locked up. They are aware that there have been some issues with the quality of the paste. A lot of times it just doesn't incorporate nicely. It's not silky smooth like it should be. All of that to say they are aware of it, they are addressing it, and new paste is coming. I'm sorry, I have to refresh my screen because my computer just locked up. So let me just get back to where I was. And I think that that's going to be happening. Actually, I believe that's going to be happening in, hey Zach, how are you, boss? I think that's going to be happening in February. The revealing of, because we don't even know what they are. We know what's retiring as far as chalk goes. We know that they are working to address it and have some things in motion, and that they'll be unveiled February, but that's all that we know. Hey Susie Q, how are you? Thanks for joining. Good morning. Okay, so here I go. I'm gonna, you know, hope for the best, but I'm gonna expect the worst because this is loosey. I know I used a lot, but that's because I don't want to go back and forth because this is a real loose transfer. The screen is really just loose here. So I'm trying to make just one sweep with it. And I went back over places that didn't get swept. You can see I'm having some problems here. Well, I don't know if you guys can see, but I can see as I'm going that there are places that are not. Okay, I'm being like super careful with this just because I just see disaster written all over this. And of course, I didn't know that before I took it out to do the project. Okay, now we'll just see, won't we? Okay. Oh, not bad. Cute. All right, not bad. Now I feel better. It's not a train wreck. Okay. Oh, here. Okay. I'm telling you, I can't get this backwards thing down. Here's where we are so far. And then, bless you, I'm gonna dry this because the next section I have to do on top of this, and the rest is gonna be embellishments, and I can't until this is dry because it's a 2-part stencil or transfer. So let me get my handy dandy dryer. I really hope this stays light looking. Oh no, I forgot. I waxed this, so you know what's happening? Yeah, you know. I'm melting the wax. It's alright. Now I have to do the whole thing because otherwise parts will be dull and other parts will not. I don't know why that is. When you melt the wax that you've used, it makes a dull surface, which really doesn't make sense in my simple mind, but whatever, that's what happens, so I just need to do the whole thing now. So that we don't get shiny spots and then no shiny spots. Okay, now I'll go back to drying the birdhouse. So the birdhouse is not as light as, or my background is not as dark as I had hoped it would be, actually. So I'll show you what we have. And actually, now that I did that, thanks, Zach. Now that I did that, there's a lot of streaking across my board, which is okay. I don't mind that because it's a sky. I'm gonna hold it close so you can see the streaking. Can you see that? And like I said, that's fine. Okay, so now part 2 is the roof. Oh, I forgot the registration marks, y'all. I hate when I do that, and I do it all the time. All right, so I'm gonna have to eyeball this, which is not the end of the world, I guess. All right, so I'm gonna eyeball this and try to line this up as best as I can. But everything, that's so funny because everything's blue. This would be a treat. I'm going to pull it back and try to do it not in the sunlight. Okay, that looks good, I think. All right, I can't guarantee that this is exact, but it's at least close. And another one that's red, I guess I need to clean these. They're just not, look at this. Or maybe it doesn't, maybe canvas is not a good medium to use. I thought it would be completely fine. This is a little off. All right, I'm gonna use this and hope for the best. Oh my goodness, I don't even know if I can. Okay. This might be a little tricky. I'm holding it real tight so that I don't get bleeds. because this one, if I thought the other one was loose, this one's like way loose. And of course the chalk paste I made, I wet down so I can use it before. Now it's like, of course, really wet. And I only cut 3 sticks, I need 4. I didn't see the little one. So the top one's not gonna get a perch, because I'd have to go downstairs to the garage and get the saw, and yeah, I'm not doing that. I mean, I already did that. I cut 3. I'm not gonna go back down and have y'all wait for me to go do that. Okay, so Zach, I don't know if you're still here, but after that whole conversation I had with you about how to save that video so that I can upload it to, or download it, whatever, to YouTube, I got done with the live and hit finish without, oh, hey there, I never saved it, tart. And then you can't, there's no way to get it back. Believe me, I tried. You can't resurrect it, you can't transfer it, you can't, even if you share it, you can't share it to another place. You can only share it to like, actually you can share it wherever you want, but it just keeps taking you back to that same page. So you're not sharing the video, you're sharing the location of the video. Anyway, so today, hopefully, I'm gonna remember to hit save first. Hi Colleen, thanks for joining, good morning. I'm using an older transfer that I'm having some trouble with. Oh, not too bad. Little bleeding, I'm gonna try to clean up. I just cut, this is like, I couldn't get it to adhere well. So let me try to just clean this up a little bit. Oh, you know what? I think I'll use a Q-tip for this because it's pretty wet. Oh, you know what I'm thinking? I don't need to clean that up because I'm going to cover that up with, I'll just clean this up with Spanish moss. Okay, so that's pretty good. All right, so here's what we have so far. We have a birdhouse. Oh, wrong way. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I actually took out a gray marker because these lines in between, I don't know if you can see them, it kind of looks like shiplap, only vertically. I'm going to, I want them to be dark, but I don't want them to be necessarily like black, and brown was the wrong color, so I'm gonna use my gray marker. So I made this little sign before. It says, live a life filled with love. And I'm just gonna glue it on the top, kind of a little off, you know, to the side a little bit like that. This was a chalkboard, so I took chalk paint, white, here, white, and I painted it. And then I rough sanded it. Oh, thanks. It's from the Feathered Friends collection. And then I sanded it, and then I waxed it to put this transfer on. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue this in the corner a little bit. Kind of like catty-cornered, I think. I might put a bow on it because this thing has 2 holes. It had jute on it, but I didn't really like the jute. You have an app that can what? Oh, you have an app that can get my video back? I knew I should have called you. You're like technical person. Okay, so here's my tree. I want a tree because I want the birdhouse to be in the sky. So this is the best I can come up with. This is what I had. So I'm gonna glue, oh, I shouldn't have put that down first. I'm gonna have to lower these guys. Darn. I shouldn't have put that on first. I should have put that on last, but I didn't. So now I have to cut the bottom of that off, and now they're no longer attached to one another. So now I've got 18 things to glue down, and I don't have floral tape. All right, So I'll just do my best at gluing down a bundle. So I'm gonna put glue on these guys, and I want them kind of off to the side, sort of looking like a tree. Kind of not really attached to the birdhouse, but also not floating. But now I gotta worry about that silly little sign. Okay, I think I got the bulk of them, I think. Here I go with the glue. Always with the glue. Okay. Oh, I'm telling you. All right, so I just want to see, okay, I wanted to see what wasn't attached. I don't know if I like this way over there like that. I think I gotta take this guy out. I'm just gonna cut him because I'm afraid if I pull on it, everything's gonna come apart. So I'm just gonna cut it. Oh, that is way better. It was kind of just out there. And I have these little berries I want to put on, but I don't think I want to put them on like on a branch. So I think what I'm going to do is let me cut one off and see how this goes. I think I want to sporadically put them on. I really don't know, y'all. I never know. Oh yeah, I think I want to sporadically put them around. Okay. So let me cut these guys off. Oh, some are really big. And I'm just working with flowers I have here. And this is all that I have actually. I probably should get some flowers. Okay. Right on the floor. I wasn't sure I was going to do this, or I would have done this in advance. Oh, look at them. They're flying. Okay, let me get back my berries. Okay, so I'm just going to, like I said, I'm just going to kind of put them, you know, here and there. Oh, the strings, it kills me. Look. Oh my gosh. I wonder if it's the glue that I use, if that's why this happens. Because I don't see you all struggling the way I do with the glue. With these strings, they're just everywhere. Okay. Let's try this again. They really do look like spider webs. All right, and I'm just going to continue to put them here and there. I don't know that I'll use them all, but I'm going to, you know, put them here and there until I feel like there's enough there that we get the idea. Oh. Had to do it, didn't I? I think I'm going to put some there. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. Oh my. Let me see. I think that's probably enough. I think I might want to cut this other thing off. This blade of grass that's folded over. I feel like that's just going to irritate me, so let me just get rid of it. Oh, let me cut it at the top. I was trying to get it at the bottom so I can reuse it, but then everything started to move and I don't want to go there. Okay. I will fuss with the leaves afterwards. I said afterwards. Okay, afterwards I'm going to fuss with the leaves. Okay, so now I'm going to put a bow. You know what? I should probably try to glue these on. Okay, so here was my thought. I want perches, but I didn't have perches. So you know how I use the banners and I pull out the pieces it comes with, the dowels? I keep them. So these are the wooden dowels from the banners I've used. So I'm just going to you know, glue them and hope. I might have cut them too long. I should have cut them shorter. So let's see. And I don't have one for the top. That is kind of long. Oh my. I'm gonna put Spanish moss around them, but that's kind of long. Y'all, don't you think? Oh boy. Okay. Go. All right, so let me put a bow on here. I'm gonna put a bow on here. I'm gonna put a bow up here. I'm gonna put Spanish moss around, and then that may be enough. I might, maybe, put a couple hearts, like maybe one up here. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm gonna stick with the Valentine theme or not. So I'll just tie a bow and we'll see. Here I go with my bows. Struggle, struggle, struggle. Don't know why. I'm trying to pull it really tight so when I pull it back in, it doesn't unravel. Okay, hold on. I'm almost, like that. I was going to say I'm almost there, and then that happened. Okay. So I think this is good enough. I'm going to glue it, and hopefully nothing will move around. Okie dokie. Okay, and I'm going to try to hide some of that glue down here with this. So let's see. I might do a second bow because I'm not hiding all that much glue, because I put a pound on when I went to put this on, because I was afraid all these loose branches weren't going to stick. So yeah, we'll see. For the top, I want a white bow because I wanted something, you know, white. Oh, right next to me. And hopefully, I don't know, hopefully, I'm not going to cut it because I always, you know, I don't always, but a lot of the times I don't cut it long enough, or I cut it so long that I just waste a crap ton of ribbon. So because this is not going around anything, I can just do it while it's on the roll. Okay, except I'm struggling here, as usual. Okay, now I'm going to try to make this bow pretty, because I kind of want it to, you know, really be a pretty bow at the top of the... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I just think so I'll tell you all, I don't know if you've ever used a cheat with bow making, but I'm going to show you one right now. Okay, so you see how the bow itself is pretty, but then in the middle it's got this ugly knot. So all you do, and that's kind of a little shorter than I wanted it, and the bow's actually a tad bigger than I want it. So what you can do, oh really? Now this one's the back side. Everything else is the front side. This one's the back side. I'll tell you, nothing's easy. It ain't nothing easy. Okay. Oh my. I should have left well enough alone. Okay, so now I'm back to kind of where I was. All right, so you just take a piece of ribbon, and because that's a real skinny area, I'm gonna fold this over itself and glue it. So I put a little rail of glue on one end, and then I'm gonna fold this up and this over, right? So we end up with like this little tube. And then what I'm gonna do is take this little tube that now has two finished sides, right? No seams, no wire, nothing. I'm gonna take this and wrap it around the center. So let me do that and then I'll show it to you. That way we end up with a pretty bow all the way around, including the knot. Okay, I wish I had the ability to ignore the glue all over me, but I don't. Okay, so I am gonna glue this whole center, and then I'm gonna get it all over me, more glue, and then I'm gonna put it right in the middle and fold it over, and try my best not to get glue on the bow. Okay, so I'm not sure that I succeeded at the not get glue on the bow part, because look at this. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Oh, good Lord. All right, and I don't have enough glue to finish wrapping it, so I'm gonna just add a little bit. And then I will show you the bow with the wrap on it. And then once it gets glued down, you'll never know because you can't see the back. So now this is what we have, right? It just looks a little prettier. Okay, and I'm gonna put this over the top perch or hole, window, whatever the bird would go into. Oh, you know what? I have a transfer with a bird. I should have got the bird. I might add a bird later, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna glue this down now. Stop futzing with it. I really am, and I'm just gonna glue it down. Except I have a little problem here. Why is that popping up like that? Oh, maybe I have it upside. Do I have it upside down? What's the problem here, bow? I gotta reglue that. I don't know why this little piece, it's the wire piece, it keeps popping up. I don't think I cut the strip long enough. I just said that, didn't I? I cut it either not long enough or too long. Okay. Oh, that's better. Okay, I'm gluing this down before the same thing happens. I just gotta figure out where I want it. I think right above it, okay. And I'm gonna do the gray in between after, apparently, since I didn't do it yet. Okay. And I'm gonna do I don't know what this cut is called. I call it just a ribbon cut. A V cut at the bottom of the ribbon. Just to give it a little bit of a decorative look. I will show you guys in a second. So you cut from the center of the ribbon up on an angle out to the wired edge. Or from the wired edge down on an angle to the center of the ribbon. You fold it in half and do it. And it gives you the V'd, you know, here. That's what it gives you. Okay, so I'm gonna add some Spanish moss. That's what I'm gonna do. Give this a little bit of life. And then I'm probably gonna add a bird and some stripes before I photograph this and put it up. So here's Spanish moss. I don't know if you ever dealt with this stuff. It's messy. That's all I got to say. So I'm not doing it over the table. I'm going to do it on the side here because I can easily vacuum the floor, but I can't vacuum the table. Okay, so it's kind of like this. It's like bird nesty. So I'm going to put some glue on the dowel and around the perch. Let me start on this side here. And then hopefully I'll be able to, you know, make it look like birds live here. This stuff is so messy. Oh no, say it isn't so. I hope that's not the beginning of something, like a trend. So let me just see if that's okay. Oh yeah, that's cute. Okay, so I'm gonna do that 2 more times. And I'm probably gonna put some at the top too. And maybe even some at the bottom of the house and maybe on the roof. We'll have to see. You know what, I'm thinking that my Spanish moss might be dried out. It's pretty old, so it's particularly messy. I'm going with more messy than normal, if that's even possible. If you guys could see the strings I have everywhere here. Oh, good grief. Okay, one more time I'm gonna do. Well, I might do more than one time. Oh, that's a lot. Garbage. Okay. I gotta get rid of that big leaf, I think. That big leaf is getting on my nerves. Oh, much better. Okay. So, here is what we have so far. Okay, I'm gonna put a little on top, maybe a little on the roof, maybe. And possibly a little at the bottom, we'll see. How fed up I get with the Spanish moss will depend on how much more I put on. Now the top doesn't have a perch, so I'm only gonna use a little bit. Okay. I might end up doing away with this white ribbon. I don't know if I gotta move this message. All right, I'm gonna have to make this decision myself, it looks like. All right, well, the white ribbon is now, bless you.
Thank you.
The white ribbon's gone. So I'm gonna have to put a bird up there or some moss or something because now there's a little bit of paint missing. I had no idea that that would happen. So I think I'm gonna use the moss, except I may need to heat up the gun a little bit. No, we're still good. I don't want a lot up there. Oh, that's good. That covers it up really nicely. And I like that better than the white bow. You know, sometimes you get this thing in your head, you have it all planned out, and it just doesn't go like that. I'm just trying to trim some of this moss off the bottom because it's a lot. Okay. So here's where we are. And I think I might be done. I just gotta look and see if I decide to put any ribbon, the blue ribbon, anywhere, and if I decide, I think I'm gonna put a bird on here. And I don't, oh, I am gonna I'm gonna cover up those 2 holes with a small bow. With a small bow. So I'm gonna take that same blue ribbon out and try to make a really small bow. Keyword try. Whoa. Okay. Oh, this is good. This is working. Oh, I did it so tight I can't make it smaller. All right, so now it is what it is because I went and tied it so tight I can't change it. All right, let me just trim these tails. Oh, that's a little bit longer than it needs to be. Okay, and then I'm going to try, if I do that, I think I'm gonna have to lay the bow loop on the tail to not cover up the sign. So, glue. A little bit, just a dot. And I only want the bottom piece to be stuck to it because I still want to get some volume in the loop. Okay, I think we are good. And I'm going to put this on and we're going to call it done. I'm going to tweak a couple things offline and then I will take some photographs and post it. You guys have been great. If you would sprinkle the video, that's S-H-A-R-E, then I will put your name in my basket. Once a month I draw a name out, and the name that gets drawn out wins a complete kit from me with surface and all. Okay, I'm gonna have to heat my glue gun before I put that on. So you'll get a full-size transfer, the chalk pastes that you need to do the transfer. You get a squeegee, you'll get chalk paste trays, these, you'll get mixing sticks, you'll get a surface if I didn't say that already, and instructions are generally on the transfer, but if you get your kit and you're not sure what to do with it or you have any questions, then you just contact me and we'll do it together if you want. So that's sprinkling, S-H-A-R-E. If you do that, if you do sprinkle the video, then I need you to write sprinkle in comments or else I won't know that you sprinkled it and your name doesn't go in the basket. So with that said, that's it for today, and I hope you guys have a great day. It looks really nice out. I'm heading out myself, so you guys all have a great day, and I'll catch you on the rebound. Thanks.